So we're going to introduce sort of some basic concepts today on how to start off a sort of journey in terms of education around sports nutrition and nutrition for health. Now, one of the fundamental things that people need to do first is to have a handle on what they're actually taking in themselves. And this involves measuring, writing down, sometimes weighing out all the food that you eat and all the drinks that you drink for a 4-day period. And this is something we call the 4-day food diary. Now, what this does is arms you with the knowledge of the stuff which is going in. And then if you combine that with measuring your output, so your exercise capacity and calorie burn and that side of the equation, then what you have is some numbers to work with. And there's a saying that what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. And it's never as true as when it comes to the foods that you eat and the exercise that you do and the eventual goals and targets that you want to hit. So the food diary normally we'll do that on a paper format, and we also use a tool called MyFitnessPal, which is an app which is free to download, and you can normally use a mixture of the two. The advantage of the paper format is that you can track symptoms as well as just the foods that you eat. So, for example, if you had a big bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes in the morning, one of the useful things to do is 2 hours afterwards just see how you're feeling, tiredness-wise, motivation-wise, energy-wise, and so on. So you pick up a little bit of information there based on the foods that you're taking in and how it actually manifests in terms of the changes in your behaviour and the changes in your energy levels. So that would be the number one thing, and it's really surprising how many people don't do that as a base one target. You know, you even get some people saying to you, "I didn't realise I was eating this food at 9 o'clock at night," or "I didn't realise I was having so much of this, so much of that." So it really builds an awareness, and it makes people to begin to think before they eat, which is an essential part of changing the way that people eat. With that information, what you'll then get is a total daily calorie intake, and then you will find out how many grams of protein, carbohydrates, and fats that you're eating. And this then goes into the next level of detail, which is eating the required grams of macronutrient for your desired lean body weight. So we try and work out all your requirements based on your lean body mass targets, the amount of fat mass that you need to lose, and that builds an equation into the type of changes that you need to make yourselves or with your clients. And what that's about is essentially like a fuel mix. So you might have a percent protein and percent carbs, percent fat, and that will be a fuel mix. And what we know is that depending on the type of activity you do, you need to eat a higher percentage of the certain type of macronutrients. So an example of that is, the higher your volume and the higher intensity of your exercise, the higher your requirement for high octane fuel from carbohydrates and sugars will be. And then on the flip side, the lower your total training volume and the more you're kind of sedentary, will lower your absolute requirement for total energy and for energy from fast release sugars and so on. So what we can do then is tailor your fuel mix according to your activity patterns, which is something that you will do when you're armed with the knowledge from the 4-day food diary. So the 4-day food diary is a fundamental part, and it's the first thing that you must do in terms of this education journey.